All right, welcome sports fans to another fantastic episode of In the Tunnel Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nicole with the K and the Y, and I am here with my co-host, Patrick the Truth Truesdale.
What's going on, H-Town?
And I am here with my special guest co-host that I have recently had the pleasure of meeting, and I can't wait to talk to him. And I got 50 million questions, but I might only get through 3. Okay, but that's okay. We're gonna get through them. ARVIS Lawson of Bandit Foundation.
Hey, thank you.
Straight out the bottoms. 305 in the house.
Right?
Can't y'all tell? You representing. Hell.
All right, the number one sports community. Right,
Yes.
right. And I read it. I like what it said. It said with a primary focus on community activations.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I won't say I never heard of that word, but that's a nice way to put it. So
Thank
I
you.
definitely want to talk about that.
Okay.
And then what got me excited was about the financial literacy.
Thank you.
Okay, because even some of us adults need help with that.
A lot of
You
adults
know.
need it.
And
They worse
something
than the
else,
kids.
sports marketing.
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes we talk about just marketing, but I definitely want to touch on that. I'm so excited. Okay, we're talking
Okay.
about sports marketing and health and wellness, which is something that I really like to talk about.
Not a problem.
All right. So, sports fans, this is going to be an exciting show. We're going to talk about the Olympics, Simone Biles. We'll talk about the South Sudan, and we're also going to talk about the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, and mental health.
Yes, for sure.
And of course, one of my favorites, life after sports.
Most
What are you
definitely.
doing afterwards? So, sports fans, as you know, and let me tell you that we like to pay our bills on time.
I know that's right.
Okay, so let me scroll up here. And this episode is brought to you by the Overstreet Law Firm. Facing a legal storm? Unsure where to turn? When you want your criminal case dismissed, there's only one name to remember: Brian E. Overstreet, the bow tie lawyer. From minor charges to serious allegations, Brian Overstreet is the answer when the odds seem stacked against you. With 25 years of experience and a track record of success, Brian is the defender you need in your corner. Remember, when you're in legal trouble, don't stress. Just call the bow tie lawyer at 281-820-4LAW and let the Overstreet Law Firm fiercely defend your rights. Okay?
Gotta have a lawyer. On
You gotta, hey, we hope we don't ever need it, but it's always
No,
good to have
you
one,
always need a
And if
lawyer.
he's stepping in with a bow tie, then we already know he's standing on business, right?
Right.
All right, so Truesdale, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do a little sports talk, and I want to start with the Olympics, and I want to talk about South Sudan. We talked about them a little bit last week and how the U.S. basketball team almost lost to them,
Right.
with just seconds on there. So I think we all kind of started coming that they're gonna win something. You know what I'm saying? It's so close, and they did on Sunday. They won their first game against Puerto Rico, 90-79. But what I want to talk about was prior to the tip off. They always play like the anthem of the country and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
And for 20 minutes, they played the wrong anthem. Okay. And so, of course, it upset the guys. They felt disrespected because South Sudan just got their, independence in 2011, and they were the overall team, and they making it. This is their first time in the Olympics, and they're shining and doing well. So I won't necessarily say it's on purpose, but I won't necessarily say it's an accident. But most people would get discouraged, right? And they would feel a certain kind of way because they played for 20 seconds, and 20 seconds doesn't seem like a long time. But if I be quiet for 20 seconds, we're like, what are we doing here?
Absolutely.
But guess what it did? It fueled them. It gave them more energy to say, we're going to show them who we really are. If you're going to do this, that's fine, but we finna show you and do that.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's disrespectful. I mean, they know they should have knew what the song was before they came on. They probably did that on purpose, and that's why they went to work. And, they came in there with a chip on their show. They disrespect them. Ain't nobody want to be disrespectful. Be disrespected, especially being disrespected out your country when you come in to represent them.
Agreed.
And they were wrong for that. They knew what they was doing. 20 seconds is a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long
That's a
time.
long time.
Yeah.
That's like saying you play Charlie Pride and you meant to play raw bass. And you-
Right, like how did that happen? Right,
Are you playing some
Keisha Cole.
Frank Sinatra and you and next thing you know you playing Luke. two-line crew. I mean, come on now. You don't know
Right.
difference. I mean, come on now. They were wrong for that. And they got what they deserve now. They got to chip it. I don't blame them, though. And Paris was wrong. They should have known they should have had that argument.
Right.
I think personally, I could agree to what you understand, because as you can see, we running a program right now. So as program directors, and these people got getting paid millions and millions of dollars. So intent is there. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely so proud of Lil Dean's team, the way that they overcame, the way that he sponsors and get behind them, and the way they rally behind each other and support each other the way that they do. Because U.S. beat them by 1 point. That was a struggle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that showed the type of mental and physical toughness that they have towards everything that they got going on. And kudos to them, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely agree. And so you know, the thing for me is we're talking about Sudan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is not just a regular, neighborhood or something like that. So it's like, I don't know who thought that was a good idea, that would break them when these people who've been fighting for their independence forever. So that little thing was like, okay,
absolutely. Want to play with us like that? Okay.
I'm going to show you better than I can tell you.
That's right.
So speaking of, I can show you better than I can tell you, we're going to talk about Simone Biles. Okay. So she is now officially won more Olympic medals than any other gymnast in U.S. history. And 5 of them are gold. Yeah. Okay. So the thing I want to talk about is that, one, she has 5 Olympic moves. Okay. And they're named after her, like the floor, the vault, the uneven bars and stuff like that. So, that's already something that you come in and you just, something is named at you, not once, twice, but 5 times, maybe 6.
Absolutely.
Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is Michaela Skinner. Okay. So she made a controversial remark last month, seemingly criticizing the U.S. women's, gymnastics team and saying that they had a lack of work ethic and talent, kind of thing. And so Simone came back and she tweeted, "Lack of talent, lazy Olympic champion." Right. Okay, so they won. So the thing about this Michaela lady is that, or young lady, whatever, is that she substituted for Simone during the Tokyo Olympics because Simone in 2021, because Simone said she needed to step back, get her mental health together and stuff like that because of criticism and just unresolved trauma. She was dating somebody wasn't good for, all those different things. And so I don't know if Michaela was trying to, say something about that she had to take a mental break or something like that, because sometimes people, she
been through a lot in her life.
Definitely.
She's been through a lot.
But she needed that mental break because we see what happened. She came back and she Stronger is not only on top of things, she is just
and uplifting her teammates. Like she's really the anchor of that United States gymnastic team. I mean, the energy that she brings, you can just tell. Like, it's like that saying, like God put the toughest battles on the strongest angels, and she's really a definition of a very strong angel. Her Netflix series, she talks a lot about her being in foster care. Her grandmother and grandfather actually had to adopt her and her siblings, and like her just going through that alone and being in a predominantly white sport, you know what I mean? Her being small, her with her natural hair, those things take a toll on you over time. So to watch her overcome, like, you need a break. Like, people think what you do is who you are, and it's not. You know what I mean? She's very talented and gifted, but you gotta learn how to breathe. You know what I mean? Because once you take that breath, then you can do things like this, shatter records, and throw a little shade back. Because we hear you, man.
Right.
Yeah, I just look at it as she's a survivor.
Straight up.
Straight up. It goes back to, I know you're not a Beyonce fan, but I'm just gonna talk about Beyonce. Beyonce wrote the song Survivor, and I love her. Survivor, but at the same time, she wrote that song when she was going through when the group broke up, and all the weight got on her, and the media kind of just dogged her out. So she came back strong, wrote the song Survivor. That's why I think about this young lady.
Agreed.
I mean, because like you said, I watched the Lifetime story on her. My mom was on drugs. She was in going for adoption, and sometimes stuff could come back.
Absolutely.
And when you need that rest, next thing you know, your life changed overnight.
Don't forget the molestation of the trainer from the U.S. team, the one that got convicted for
yeah.
So you still think battling and COVID. This was during COVID,
right?
So you don't have your family support. You don't have the fans there clapping for you. It's just a whole lot.
It's a whole lot of mental things. Yeah, just a lot. And then your life can change overnight. That's why I tell people a lot of times you got to be ready, because you never know when something can jump out. Something can happen overnight, but sometimes it can jump out too. But that's why I tell everybody it's good to have a sports therapists in your life to keep your
Agreed.
mind going, because you got so many people coming at you. Like you said earlier, she's in a white sport doing what she's doing and dominating. I mean, the girl hurt her ankle, came back and just
killed
Yeah,
it.
she's tough, and that's nothing to her, because when you go through stuff in life, it's make you stronger.
Absolutely.
It don't bother you. You know what I'm saying? It was a time where a man said something about the pressure's on us. We used to pressure through all our sisters and everything. So
coming out the
that
womb,
ain't that ain't nothing. So I mean, I'm proud of her. She representing, representing Spring, Texas, representing H-Town, and as I know, and plus, I'm sure she's not forgetting where she's from, because she's originally from Ohio.
Okay.
But they went and got her, but I mean, she's a bad girl. She's a survivor, man, and it is what it is.
And you could just see the domino effect from her teammates,
right?
Because it's the in-house thing. Like, people like to talk about where people like to talk, because attention is a drug,
right?
And people are addicted.
Oh, big time.
So the young lady who made the comment, quite sure she didn't think. People always put their foot in their mouth after the fact.
Yeah. But she took it back.
Of course, they always do. Take it back, see. They always do that, but you got to look at the type of people you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like you say, those survivors. Like, you can't keep them type of people down for too long. They're gonna always figure out a way, because she's the oldest, young lady gymnastics.
Yeah, that's why I said she's over the age too, right now.
According to them, you know what I mean. But look what that break did, because now you get your body get rest, your mind get rest. You get to be in a good space to do things that you never did before. And now you could create an atmosphere of just success, not only with you, but also the things that are attached to you. So it becomes that currency that flows the way it's supposed to.
Right. Because I think, as we were talking earlier, I was saying that sometimes people think of athletes as robots, as superpower, just go, and never really tap into personal things, and just getting the opportunity to, like you said, breathe. An opportunity when you go to sleep at night. I don't know, but I'm sure these athletes are already thinking about with the game. Make sure I hydrated, but never just laying there just thinking about maybe absolutely nothing.
Come on.
Like absolutely nothing, or just standing in gratitude.
Absolutely.
So those things like that can, I think, definitely affect you, because everything's going, fast.
I agree.
And the crazy thing, we talking about the age, I don't think she threw. I think she's gonna give it another round.
I say that too.
Because normally you at that age, you are what they say.
Over the
nah, if you taking care of yourself, take care of your body.
Look at LeBron. Look at LeBron.
Tom Brady and all
Tom
them.
Brady. I mean, those guys really.
You couldn't hit Tom Brady.
They really is. But
With the technology today, you have so much stuff you can use.
In your body.
Look at Harrison play for the Steelers.
Come on, man.
He played to 41 years old. So
because he had a late start. So again, that comes in, that contributes as well. The wear and tear, the thread on the tires. If I start late, I can finish late. You know what I mean? So if I take care of myself well enough, again, like you say, health is wealth. So if I take it, what I put in is what I get out. So these guys really invest millions of dollars into their training regimens, their food regimens, and they do go on vacations with their family. They show you how much fun they having with their friends.
Well, it's like Serena's the Williams sister. I mean, she had a kid doing the middle thing, and everybody thought it was done with her, and and then she had blood clots, and realized she had that. And I saw the thing. I saw the little episode. I didn't see the whole thing. And I'm thinking somewhere she had some blood clots, and she still, blood clots is blood clots.
Yeah, no matter how they come.
You know what I'm saying? And she survived through all that, and they were saying she was old, and she kept on. She kept on, and
can't nobody tell you nothing but God.
I agree with that. I totally agree. So you touched a little bit on the health and wellness, and I definitely want to bring that back around.
Okay.
How important it is for the mental. It's for the physical, but it's also for the mental. The truth is, I want to turn a little bit and talk about Jordan Love, because we talked about him, and was he going to get his extension? And he got his extension.
Money.
Green Bay Packers gave him his extension, 4-year, $220 million contract.
Congratulations.
The deal gives the Packers a real, a good window, to work with and everything like that. And as I was researching and looking at it, people were talking about, about the NFL Sunday ticket lawsuit.
Right.
That, this can change the thing for the cap, and stuff like that, because now they have to look at it different.
Absolutely.
Teams and stuff, and now they got to sell, perhaps their own packages.
I know that's right.
And stuff like that. So maybe in 2028 there will be no
cap, right? Like the NBA?
Yeah,
Yeah, and shit, I mean, so much.
money
It
changes.
can change. Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I agree. That's what's going to end up happening, you know. And NFL, and my thing is too. I've been saying for the longest, they really need to start giving these guys guaranteed contracts.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You know what
They
I'm saying?
kind of started though with the quarterbacks. And
Well, the quarterbacks the ones is making the
But
basketball.
they-
Jordan Love is making basketball money.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Jordan Love.
Got-
Probably y'all
Yeah.
got a big season. Definitely give a shout out to Steve Calhoun, the best quarterback coach in the country,
I
because
know that's
he's
right.
part of that contract. Because if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be where he at today.
Yeah.
Was and everybody out there play quarterback is the best quarterback coach to get with. Steve Calhoun out in Cali, and he travels. So shout out to my boy. But at the same time, quarterbacks are getting basketball money, just like NIL.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks getting the money.
Absolutely.
It's like kids are coming in playing quarterback, they're millionaires
Yeah.
out of high school now.
Yeah.
Like the kid from Tennessee, in
Yeah.
Cali.
Yeah.
The kid you take Carson White, the future.
Yeah.
The kid you talked to his dad yesterday,
Yeah.
Coach White. You know, gonna be a sophomore this year at our colony. That kid gonna probably have millions of dollars on the table.
And that's the
Come out of high school because they paying the quarterbacks.
I agree.
That's what that.
Well, see, and that's the thing, like you just touched on. That's what the financial literacy part still has to come in. It has to come in earlier now.
Yes.
You become more of whatever it is that you are if you don't know how to manage your money. So if you're a crackhead, you're just gonna be a bigger crackhead.
Right.
If you're a womanizer, you're gonna be a bigger womanizer. If you're a gambler, you're gonna be a gambler. But if you teach the fundamentals of money at an early age and the importance of that tool, then when they do, because these opportunities are coming out earlier, they're gonna come earlier than high school. They're gonna start coming in middle school.
Well, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it down to you.
So you definitely going. The parents need to get more involved in understanding these things as well. Don't just let people just mismanage your kid when you've been managing them your entire life. You know, that's one of the things that Fanny loves to stress is parents need to be more involved in just the cheerleaders or arguing with other parents.
Who's the best?
Yeah, it's like yeah, okay, your kid's the best, but he also get manipulated and drugged through the mud when he gets that money, because you're gonna have so many people after them trying to stick their claws in. You got grown people that don't know how to deal with it. So imagine a 17, 16, 15-year-old child
with an NIL deal or something
no
like
ego.
that.
They got bigger egos. So how do the coaches deal with that? Now you got coaches wiggling their way into things, and nothing wrong with it if you there for the right reason. So I think like that financial literacy part, mental part is both for the parents and also for the kid as well.
Well, I look at it this way. I mean, I think I need to have financial literacy classes for these kids in high school.
Absolutely.
And not for the athletes. And I was telling my boys, financial advisor, Chris Pollard, I was telling them, I was like, look, these kids are dating these parents that do their homework, and these parents that can't trust a good financial advisor. They pretty much going to be sitting in the living room when the college coaches come in town.
Absolutely.
Because they will have the NIL
Come
person
on
there.
now.
But like you said, these parents got to learn this stuff too.
Absolutely.
They got to get educated. See, what people don't understand, we know college football is a business,
Yeah.
but the reality, high school sports is religion. It's not really. I'm sorry. It's a
youth sports
it's
is
a business.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
You know,
You can't.
Yeah.
Your kid just can't walk off the sideline anytime you want, right?
it's a big But my point I'm saying is, you got to take this stuff serious.
Absolutely.
Now with this NIL stuff too, it's
Yeah.
getting deeper and
Yeah.
deeper. So Texas know they got to go ahead and start paying this guy. They got to get out their butt with that. But these parents gonna have to wake up, because what happens is you have these people, they get this money and they happy with it. They try to they go get the high capping with the cars, whatever,
Yeah.
jury, whatever. But what they don't understand, the
Yeah.
baddest MF in the country, in the world,
It's the government.
it's the RS.
And
You have to pay
Yeah.
those taxes.
Yeah.
And they got to pay
You need
taxes.
to know what your
They don't
taxes
realize.
are in your state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you getting paid from? Because that's another thing that we don't really touch on is like anytime those NFL teams play, whatever state you get paid in, you got to pay taxes on that. So if you played in California, you get in the chat for California, that you got to pay
That's
their
your
taxes.
But you know what kills me, and I'm not gonna put them out there. I'm not gonna say no school, say whatever, but in what sport. But there's some kids around the country. I know several schools, some track players, some basketball and football. They making $30,000 a month.
Oh, I know.
Now, how in the world? How do you broke at the end of the
I
month?
know some more than that.
You know, God, but 30
You know why?
grand.
You know why? Like, man, you were speaking on his money already spent.
Right, but
So
what
that's
their
their
mindset,
mindset is
yeah.
this though.
Right.
So they money already spent. They money already spent. Like, I don't care what it is when you don't have financial literacy. and
Right,
you're not
but what I'm saying is this: people don't make $30,000 a year. You have to be making $30,000 a year. You so busy. How do you spend all that money? And I know people get online because I know this one.
Amazon.
I know Amazon. I know they get online.
Jury,
you get things in that. I forgot about that because malls they're about to close now with all this stuff online. But I know a kid that told me he had made 50 grand in October during the middle of the season on NIL.
Yeah,
it's the first year.
Yeah.
He said, I spent it all in 3 weeks. I said, man, how you do that? Well, I wasn't used to having
cars.
That much. I'm like, dude.
They do the clothes. They buy expensive clothes. They buy
all them expensive clothes. All that.
They doing things that they quote unquote. They doing things that make them seem cool. You know what I mean? Like, and those things that make them seem cool are the things that's hurting them the most because they not doing it for themselves. They doing it for the outside. And when you broken inside, you tend to do things for outside, and that's going to leave you broke.
And that's why they need to understand it's not like making money in your sleep. They could put that money somewhere.
Oh yeah,
so much easy real estate. 50 grand, you could have, and even 30 grand a month.
You talking about Texas? You talking about literally going to buy you some land, building, support some
family business,
some grow your own fruits because you know the fruits and the food that they giving us now is terrible. So you talking about like longevity. Now you can put your family to work, make them work. You understand what I'm saying? Make them earn their keep instead of them calling your phone, talk about I need this and I need that. All right, well I need this and I need that too.
Right.
So now you know where you can stand with people at the end of the day. Make them workers. Now that money again, business is more powerful than your personal. So if you set up a quick business for yourself, now you got tax breaks that you can write off as well. As a kid that's in school, you're 18 now. You don't need your mama to do that. You just got to have an understanding. And if you're a great parent, you'll get involved and start a business for your kid earlier, LLC or incorporation, whatever, to make sure that these things are structured in the right way. And now you not just taking, you receiving as well. You know what I mean?
It's fun through. So let me ask you this real quick before we move on. Do you think that it may also be a sense of a mindset of scarcity? You know, like if they get this money, you know how some people, they can live in survival mode so much that they just like, let me hurry and spend this money because it may not last. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. You know, like they don't believe it's real. Like you can continue to make this for the rest of your life.
I think,
it's
a lot of that. It's a lot of the keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, kind of like the income tax thing. You know, people get income tax, they've already spent it, and they let me hurry up and spend it, but they not just slowly, let me put it in here, let me buy some groceries, and let me just chill.
Well, you got to understand that. Y'all got to understand, too, a lot of those guys probably making 65 on every check every week.
Easy.
And they blowing that. And next thing you know, at the last check of the year, they ain't got no money. They really broke. And they gotta hope the season come back faster. And then they take them loans out. And you gotta pay that back.
Living for the moment.
But you hitting it right there. People tend to live for the moment. And that's fine depending on what type of moment you living for.
If you ain't a Rothschild, you ain't got too many moments.
You can't be living for them wrong moments, man. They'll kill you. And then the end of the day, you'll find yourself looking for the nearest bridge. You know what I mean? Because you'll be talking about trying to get the money back or to hounding people you don't loan money out to. And you could just do right by yourself at the end of the day. And I think that's what most people don't do right by themselves. They more so trying to, again, impress people that's around them. They want people to see how much money they got. You understand that? Like this right here, this was an investment to get the kids' attention at the end of the day. They see this, oh, you're a rapper, and I'm you. You understand what I'm saying? Now that I got your attention, I can speak life into you because I know in your head that I was you too. So now you chasing this, but at the end of the day, this is an investment. I can take this and go pawn this or go give it back and make my money right back off of it. You know what I mean? I'm not getting it to be flashy. I don't care nothing about it at the end of the day because when I die, I can't take none of it with me anyways.
Right. I love that. Okay. So now, Patrick, I want to talk about CD Lamb because he's still holding out.
Yeah.
Boy, man.
And I know I'm about to say, you know,
that's your boy,
and so, you know, Jerry, he's kind of like, he's not worried at all, you know, if he missed a few, you know, practices at the beginning of the season, you know, the start of the year, so if they have time to play Green Bay 6 months away and stuff. And he's just like, he's ecstatic and he's like, everything's fine. So, you know, knowing CD and you know, as coach and stuff like that, what do you think should and needs to happen?
Well, I got to spend time with him last week, and at the end of the day, it's not going to be hard for Jerry and them to pay him. I think it's just that they just hold him out for a couple days. They're going to get the deal done, and then you have all these other receivers. So like the kid DJ Moore just got extension to like 2029, the longest extension in Bears history. So he's gonna get it. It's just that how they gonna structure him in that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be what's gonna happen because they gotta give him his money, and he deserves his money. I mean, Dallas Cowboys cannot do nothing without CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
they gotta have Lamb.
last year he had a great, one of the
receiver in the
best,
league.
You know, and that's his guy. He just can't keep looking at him every time. No, that's a whole other story. But they're gonna give him his money. Just that what's gonna happen now and what's gonna happen in the future. So they're gonna get something done. They ain't got no choice but get it done because you know if it don't happen before the season, the trade market is gonna be all type of teams gonna be
definitely
on their hands ready to get them. So yeah, and I think he'll be in camp in a couple of days. I really think so.
I think so too. I honestly feel like again everything is business. He a business at the end of the day. So whatever the market is set at, and like you say, DJ Moore just got his money. So if I'm a smart businessman, I'm gonna let everything play out the way it's supposed to play out anyway. That's called leverage. I need to have leverage. I was the best in the league based off of last year's statistics. If y'all giving him this, then I know I'm worth that based off of that. So if he has a great agent, knowing he has a great agent, that they just making real decisions that like you don't have to rush the process. He is who he is, and they know who he is, just like other teams. I mean, it's like the Saquon Barkley situation. Boy, you watch Hard Knocks. Some of these GMs are the sorriest in the world because of the way the placement that they place on these players as if they're not good enough, right? So with Saquon's situation, they made it seem like, oh, they could get him for a low. No, Saquon was the only person on your team that was good, my brother. So you should be like adamant about paying him. But if you don't see no value, guess what? Somebody else do.
Somebody else gonna do it.
And that's what Philly did. That's in Philly. In your division with a grudge, and you got to see him 2 times.
They gonna bust their butt.
Come on, man. Come on, that's because I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder, and I got paid what I'm worth at the end of the day. I set the market.
He's gonna be in the backfield. My boy Hurts. I know the pressure on him, but that's gonna take pressure off of Hurts.
Come on, man. You gotta stack the box, and you got nice receivers on the outside. So I think that's critical about how you see yourself, though. So I respect CeeDee Lamb for holding out and getting what he worth at the end of the day.
I agree. So, Truesdale, let's talk about college football and U of H. They have a new head coach, Fritz. Is he the best man for the job?
Yeah, I think he is. I think this will be his last stop. I'm sure he's happy to be here because that's where he wants to be in Houston. He loves Houston. But it's going to be real interesting. They're coming into the Big 12. He's a player's coach, you know what I'm saying? And he has a great staff. Coach Joseph, the running back coach, Sherman, receiver coach. They got a good staff they brought on. So I think they're gonna do a good job, especially do a good job in recruiting and everything. And like I say, he's been around the block. So a lot of these kids are coming out now. He coached their dad, their grandfather. That plays a major role, you know, and I'm excited for them. You know, they're gonna be all right this year. I'm excited for them. So just looking forward. Like I said, new Sergeant Town, and that's what they needed. They needed somebody like him.
Right. So what do you think about Rice as well?
Oh, Rice. Rice gonna be all right. I know my boy B. Smith, D coordinator Coach B. Smith, does a great job with the defense, and my boy Coach Calhoun got a good D line. They done a great job of doing defensive wise. They're gonna be all right. So they definitely gonna be a big impact. I know they have a safety. Matter of fact, kids you work with Taylor kid, Sean Taylor's little brother. So he's supposed to be one of the top, pretty much one of the big impact on their defense.
Kids intelligent, man. Kids a South Florida kid. His brother was to me the greatest football player I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, he was an animal.
Like I watched him. I was getting recruited by funny story real quick. So I was getting recruited out in middle school to go to this private school called Pace Senior High. Pace invited North Day, a few of my teammates and us out to come see them play. Just so happened they were playing against Gulliver, right? So we get out there. Rest in peace to Brian Bell. He played for Pace. He was NFL bound as well. He ended up dying running a lap in practice and dehydrated. Yeah, he was one of the reasons why they made sure that kids get water breaks. But we was coming to see Brian Bell, and it was the number 1 on the other side. This man kicked the field goal, punted the ball, ran a kick return back, a punt return back, threw a touchdown, ran a touchdown, and knocked a few people out.
But he won state, didn't he? I watched that game. They won state on Sunshine Channel. I remember I said, "Who is this kid?"
I was like, I want to play for them. Like I've never seen anything.
Yeah.
Like, even Clint Porter said he was afraid that he, because he played, he was amazing on the offense. Clint Porter thought he couldn't take his position and play running back, but the whole time he was just going to play safety.
Yeah,
man, that dude, man.
But it's crazy because he played behind a Hall of Fame, and I remember my godbrother played
man.
for Miami. John Square was telling me, said, "What this dude named Sean Taylor? He was telling all about it." So I had a blessing to go. I was blessed to go see his first start at University of Miami. They played LA Tech in Streetport. And I remember he hit somebody and you could just hear it. I said, man, this dude gonna be real deal.
From where I'm from, we call him Mr. Woo.
So yeah, that's what exactly.
Woo.
Yeah.
Mr. Woo right there.
Yeah. And I remember meeting his dad at the airport when we was talking. And
good people. Saw is great, but great dude. Again, like I said, Gabe, he has a great foundation. He actually was a basketball kid, you know what I mean? And I really just was telling him like, yo, this is because he's so smart. Like his IQ level is through the roof. So he's great at reading defenses and making plays. Like he had that Ed Reed type of energy.
Right.
Like he wants the ball. He could take the ball away. So I'm looking forward to seeing Rice and Gabe do his thing out there, man. Let's go, Rice.
Yeah. Okay, Rice out. All right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about UT and OU. At the SEC, at the 3 years of negotiations and stuff like that. And so, UT, they said it'll impact all of the student athletes and everything, men and women's sports. There are different benefits it'll bring to it as far as strengthening its global reputation as a brand and stuff like that, supporting its academic mission and encourage alumni to return.
Yes.
And as well as also with OU, it brings a lot of advantages. So they celebrated this by having carnivals and stuff, and even Pitbull performed. I would have liked to be there.
Chico Pitbull, Miami.
So Pitbull. But speaking of UT, with all of that going on, it kind of it ties in together. Is that in the midst of it, the head coach of UT, him and his wife, L'Oreal, they're filing for divorce after 4 years of marriage. And they announced it, Friday and stuff. And so, he said, we aim to remain the best of friends and are incredibly grateful for the love and support we have shared throughout our journey together. Our commitments to our respective careers made it difficult to prioritize time for each other. And this step will provide us with the necessary time and space professionally while continuing to support each other personally. So true that we kind of, talked about that, and it all came down to the whole conversation was about pressure, commitment, and love.
Truly.
You know what I'm saying?
Truly.
And 4 years, for some people it's a long time.
Right.
Some people it's not. But
4 minutes for people is a long time.
For me, it was just like, I want these people pie in the sky kind of thing. Like love is the greatest power of all.
Right.
And I don't know what happened, and I don't want to speculate anything that happened in their marriage, but I always feel like love can bring people together.
Yeah.
And I use the scenario. I wonder if they said each time that y'all find time to spend together, y'all get $1 million. Would they be able to schedule time?
Because that's a business. When I go back to business again.
So, yeah, because love and marriage is a business now. It is now. It's definitely, that kind of thing. So is it that, or could it be just like people so in their career when they do think marriage is a good idea?
First of all, when you marry a coach, it's a lot of time. You got to have a good understanding that she was coaching hers at North Carolina A&T. So pretty much you'll think they be on the same page. Like I said, we don't know a lot going on behind doors, but being married to a coach, or y'all both into that profession, it's a lot of time, especially if she coach, you coaching, and I ain't at the same school.
Yeah. You
got people married, coach college sports, not only live in the same city, than some of them do. Now, that kind of shocked me, though, they going through a divorce, because I know she's like probably got more followers than either the coach wife with her fashion, because the girl can dress her butt out.
She's a wardrobe style.
Yeah, she's cold, and she dressed him. Cold. I just knew they was a perfect relationship. I just knew that. I don't know if he got married because, he went through stuff at USC and then got to Alabama, had to clean himself up. Then, of course, I don't know if he used that as for the
like it was a good idea.
Because being a college coach, people understand when you're a head coach, especially in the college NFL, it's like you being the president. Yeah. It's like you being a preacher.
First lady.
All that, So you have to think all that. I hate that happen because, like I said, it's a lot of pressure he's dealing with. He's coaching at UT, number one. You digging at that schedule. You come in the SEC. I think you're going to do a great job. I picked him to win a side. But, there's just a lot going on. And it happened before the season. So I guess they must had a good agreement and walked out good for them to, kind of announcing now.
I mean, see, like I said, I don't like to touch on people's personal lives, but me understanding what love is, though, sometimes love is walking away, because well, like time is everything. You have to invest time, and you can be more in love with your career than you can be in love with a person.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have that respected understanding of each other's careers, and that time spent away, and like, because again, it's like being the president. So when you are a coach of a team, you got 100 kids now, 150 kids for a college football team, and you investing a lot of energy into that. That means that energy is being transferred back to you. So that's a lot of stress, strain that's going on that's a very new relationship. 4 years is early. You understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
very much.
And then you got her doing her thing again. She's away. So time spent away. At some point, love is like, you know what? I do love you. Maybe we could double back on this, but right now we're not heavily invested into each other the way we're invested into our businesses and our personal experiences, because being a coach at University of Texas, you got to win at the end of the day.
Yes.
Shoot, a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm
You
saying.
have to win,
And that's what I'm
So
saying.
That's
For this,
a lot of strain on
yeah,
the relationship at the end of the day.
and for this to happen before the season ain't going into a new
Because
conference.
you haven't had a kid
Yeah.
in mind. How you
Yeah.
gonna coach a team and you dealing with that? So coming to agreement, um, I'm hope for the best for them. That's number
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
Hoping for the best for them, but I do also understand, like, they have to be focused on whatever things that they're doing. So kudos to them for being mature. It seems like they're mature enough to put it out there and have a respect factor going on.
Yeah, they did it very professional.
That's what
And like you
They
said,
found
and like,
point.
like you said, he made a good point when he said that some people, if they could walk away from each other,
Yeah,
probably the
that's
best way
love.
to do. Yeah, love.
That's real. We think,
And like you said, sometimes they hook back up on the hook.
later
Because like my barber dude said, people get married, get divorced, get back, people get married, get back, all that.
it's definitely about where you are within your life at that time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm quite sure they were in love with each other, but things sometimes trump those things. But to have the mental capacity to realize that, hey, maybe our time was too fast. You know what I mean? Let's give each other a shot. Let's give each other, because you don't want to get caught cheating. You understand what I'm saying? Because somebody may be paying you more attention in the space that you're in, or you may be paying somebody else more attention in the space that you're in. So to be mature about the separation is everything for me. That's real love, because most people always think that it got to be ugly.
Yeah,
You gotta
it
be
does.
fighting, hate each other.
It does, and which mean they had a solid foundation
Truly.
to begin with. So now, I kind of wonder, like, people can be so involved in their career, like, had they ever been married? If they never been married, and this is their first time being married, and I've done it twice. That's a whole nother job, and because you have to be considerate of the person, and and ask them and stuff. When you used to just, I'm just to buy this, I'm just to go here and catch a plane and do this, and now no. You have to actually have a conversation.
Absolutely.
We don't have nothing to do for the first time in 6 months, and y'all looking at each other like
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're used to doing this, and okay, I catch you up, and those kind of things and stuff like that. So again, I do like the fact that they I don't want to say that they jointly filed for divorce. I don't want to say it like that, but they're very professional with it, and they still remain friends, and that love conquers all.
And I definitely wish Coach luck, because I'm pulling for him this year. Yeah, definitely.
So we're gonna move to our game changer. Okay. So can you guess what our game changer is?
Nah, I can't guess what our game changer is.
It's you.
Oh, hello. The man with the plan.
Yes, Mr. ARVIS LAWSON. So I want to talk to you. Okay. And let's see, I don't even know where to begin.
Anywhere you want to.
Okay, anywhere I want to begin. Let's talk about your childhood. Growing up in Liberty City, in Florida.
305.
And
bottom boy survivor.
Growing up with your grandmother, and losing your grandmother
Granny
when you were young, at 12. And what was that like? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, it's so crazy, because like you have to have anchor people in your life. My grandma was that anchor for me from the moment I was born, because like my mom was I'm a product of a pedophile. So my sperm donor was way older than my mother. He was traveling through the actually he was talking to my auntie, and ended up getting with my mom and got her pregnant, and then dispersed of her. So I was born into, no, excuse my French, shit, because my mama didn't know what she was doing. So I was born at my grandmother's house.
Okay.
So I'm a natural homeboy. My mom thought she had to use the bathroom, and
Oh wow.
yeah, so my
Wow.
grandmother had to save me from that situation. So she was always there. She was my rock. So my mom was in and out of my life. Like we got a wonderful relationship now, but growing up, I was the parent. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
Like my grandmother was on dialysis, but she used to clean banks for the Chase. So on the beach, across the water, and I would go with her from the age of 5 years old and clean up. And she always instilled like confidence into me. Like she never made me feel like I was a kid. Like I don't never recall being little. Like I always had a job, I always worked. I always came in the house late at night, you know what I mean? But I was in the back plaza cleaning up, sweeping up. And anybody that tell you that knew me growing up, they're like, I always had a hustle in me. Now, fast forward to when my grandmother passed, that foundation is gone. So when that foundation is gone, I really don't have anybody that I can turn to. So you can always turn to the nearest thing around you, that which was the streets. So my first time, honest to God, true, I always was a fighter because I don't have older siblings. So you had to catch these hands. You know what I mean? I couldn't run and go get nobody. So fighting was always my thing, and nobody could beat me at the end of the day. I could say that. Look where the camera at. If nobody beat me, they can get in the comments. They'll tell you that. You understand what I'm saying? Because when I would get in trouble, they would put me in boxing and foot. They would put me in
they would
things,
put you in
and
things
stuff
to
that
help
karate.
strengthen.
You know what I mean? All this stuff that made
Right.
me worse than what I already was. But my grandmother, when losing her, again, the first time on her, right after her funeral, we went to the hood, and women used to like me just because I always worked, I always had jewelry, always had things that I wanted from like the older dudes had, the older hustlers, and I wanted what they had, but I had what they had, but not the way that they was getting it at the time. So the first time as soon as she passed, my homeboy Larry Tarver, shout out to Larry, man. I remember him bringing a 380, and that's why I could understand these kids and why they get in trouble and fall short all the time, because your influences. Larry's a little older, so he had a 380, and when he had the 380, I remember just looking at it and we taking it out. Thank God we didn't kill each other, you know what I mean? But that later on that night, talking to a little chick on the phone, I had just got into a fight, and the dudes was riding by on the bike, and it was riding by on the bike. It's the first time I ever snitched. I told her, I said, hey, if I die, boy, Jeezy don't kill me, you know what I mean? And as I said that, the shot rang out, bah, bah, and they hit the phone booth. And me and my god brother take off running. We didn't call the police. We ran right till we knew where another gun was at, to Larry Tower crib. We went and got the 380 and ran back and got into a shootout with them. You understand that? It's because I've been conditioned to feel like you're a coward. You know what I mean? If you call the police, you're a coward if you don't stand your ground and handle business. So that's coming from older idiots. At the end of the day, you only know what you know until you don't know it no more.
Right.
So that me growing up was that type of lifestyle. Even in my high school, I was coached by the legendary Coach Walsh Frazier in my 9th and half of my 10th grade year, and he saw something in me, like that I didn't see in myself. So he knew the type of individual I was, but he also knew what I was into. So he would speak life into me. And he called me one day. I had just knocked somebody out, and he brought me into the office, and he was like, "Man, Lawson, you're so great, but you're a deer." I was like, "I'm a deer." He was like, "Look at you." He was like, "Let me explain what that means." He said, "You're a deer caught in headlights." He said, "When you see trouble, you automatically get caught up in it. You don't run away from it." And I ended up going to prison and back in 2016, and I could hear his voice loud, like federal penitentiary to be exact. And I could hear his voice loud and clear, like, "Stop being the deer caught in the headlights." So I actually started fanning from prison. And everybody that was in prison with me, it was 120 people in my unit. 80 of them got their own businesses because of the programs that I started. So we started. I went and found the smartest dude, quote unquote, book smarts and business wise, in a prison, and forced him to teach the business class. Talk to the warden, because he was gonna die anyways. Because one thing about the kitchen, we was in the kitchen. And you play in the kitchen, that's where people make their money at. Okay. So you slow down the process. So we started talking about Bitcoins and stuff. I got into that early on. So we started talking about Bitcoins, and he was like, "Man, you different." And I was like, "Man, just teach business so I could learn, because if I don't learn, I'm gonna be the best criminal anyways." So I was only gonna be two things: he was the best businessman that was gonna be, or the best criminal that was gonna be. Right. You know what I mean?
Which that's a business too.
No, but
it is.
No,
it's legal, but it is a business.
No, it absolutely is, and that's what that's what I want to tell anybody and everybody that's watching is that hustling, all that is a business. You have to have structure at the end of the day, or else you're gonna keep running the rat race, but you don't want to hustle. Like we get into that, hustling. I'm not a hustler, I'm a businessman. Everything I do now is based around relationships, resources, contracts, uh, um, being timely, things of that nature, connecting with the right people, and then executing whatever it is that I need to do. Because if I could waste my time just running around, I'm staying on the hamster wheel. You understand what I'm saying? When I could just be putting that to use and be getting these tax breaks and these benefits that come with having a business, operating your own business. We was taught, like we touched on the taxes, right? Everybody want to spend their taxes. They want to use their kids, but they don't even understand if they just put an LLC in their name, they'll get way more money than you understand they could with selling your kids or not filing taxes. Because that's all IRS wanted, their money.
That's it. That's all
they want. They gonna get it.
That's what they gonna get.
Or they gonna get you.
Yeah, exactly. You going to jail?
Right.
See.
And time is money. That's why you think that they'll take your time. All the killers walk around here, right? They don't never just execute them. They take their time because they ain't doing nothing with them, and they make them work. They put you to work, and how you making so much money for Apple. You know what I mean? Tag agencies, because they only paying you pennies on a dollar an hour, 14 cents. You understand what I'm telling you? So you mean to tell me you can work for 14 cents, but you can't get out into this world and work for yourself? That's insanity. So at some point, we got to wake up and realize, like, I'm too smart to keep falling for this trap. You know what I mean? When I could just work for myself or work with others like we doing right now, because that's what it takes to run a business: good people, relationships, and a clear view and understanding of where we want to take this thing. You know what I mean?
I agree. So let me ask you this: with the Fannin Foundation, it focuses on like a variety of different programs and stuff like that, from sports marketing to financial literacy to health and mental health and stuff like that. So can we talk a little bit about that, about the sports marketing? Like how, what are you teaching the youth about that, because we kind of talked about that with the NIL and just different things like that to market themselves, so, if they don't have to go to somebody else.
Absolutely. So like we have fanninsports.com, and it provides resources for the kids, but to start their journey now, because at the end of the day, we connect businesses with our athletes and athletes with our businesses, because you are a business, like we were speaking about earlier. Business. Right. I got a kid, Lil Rod. Lil Rod is in Miami. Got him offer on just speaking about his talent, right? Your talent gets you to your job. You understand what I'm saying? It gets you to your success. So if you have a skill set and you're marketable, right, to an audience or a demographic, then you can make some money at the end of the day. So people are looking for eyes. That's why you have social influencers now. You understand what I'm saying? Because people want to have eyes on their businesses. So if I run a social media platform, I need to know how to market myself. Number one, my name should be in the description, right? And then everything I post need to be clean. You know what I mean? It can't be of my homeboys, and that's the problem. That's why I started Fannin why I shifted Fannin when I came home, because I had no idea how to use a camera, because that's how I started. Like just taking pictures of the kids, because every photo I saw, they had guns and weed and their homeboys, money. Man, how the hell y'all football players? Y'all can't be football players. Ain't gangsters, bro. Yeah, it don't work like that, yo. So you got to separate yourself. So I started with kids like Romello Brinson, plays for SMU. Rashad plays for SMU. I got a lot of kids everywhere. And I started with them because those were the leaders.
Okay.
You kill the head, the body going to follow. So if you could get the head to follow direction, it's easy to get the followers. You understand what I'm saying? So I taught them how to market themselves by first of all, not just talking, doing the work, going out there with a camera. My first ever picture was from Trevor Reeves, played for Edison, Uncle Luke. Trevor Reeves ain't have no offers, and Patrick Payton, my guy, he played for Miami. He's gonna be a first round draft pick. He's at Florida State right now. So these kids, when I went out there to see them, they had no offers, but they was out of position. So I just talked to them, took a picture of them, asked them what their dream school was, and reached out to them. And USA Today picked up on the article. The picture was terrible. I'm talking about blurry, but it said Fannin. Oh, I knew I had made it.
Right. That's it.
USA Today, they picked it up. But the kids took to it. And then now that's why you see every little kid now with a camera in their hand. You understand me? I made that cool. I could stamp that. I could stand on that. Because before me, you want to know, but it was them. on the
Mhm.
sidelines,
right,
and I
right.
didn't understand that. How you gonna tell our stories and you not us?
Mhm.
So I have a videographer and photographer all across the country that's doing major things with the NFL, with NFL players, with NBA, and they follow my lead because I'm cool. At the end of the day, I know who I am, and they know who I am as well. And I give respect to get respect, and that's what it's all about. Um, the mental health side of it all is making sure they can understand that they can do anything by giving them your experiences. Yo, I came from prison and did it. You know, I was a gangster for all gangsters. And they call my phone every day thanking me because I'm saving and changing their kid's life at the end of the day. Because they know what I was, but they see who I am now. So if I could do it, anybody could do it.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, truly.
Real talk.
Truly.
So before you went to Alabama State, right?
Yeah, I was at Alabama State with Coach Cole, man. Coach,
LC.
yeah, man.
Good
Coach,
people.
Great dude, man. Coach Cole. And they used to call me the nature boy. I tried my best. I had just cut off my dreads, and I wanted to be good because I was fighting, and it was like trouble just would find me, man. Shot the Kappas. I had to beat about 8 of them up.
Oh no!
I hit them with a chair.
Hey, wait a minute.
They
I'm a
started-
Kappa sweetheart.
So you pretty much came to the campus with an anger problem.
Yeah, I
pretty
did.
much.
I was.
What was you fighting? What caused you to have that anger? I know your grandmother dying.
I thought people saw me, and I think a lot of people do that. I thought people saw my weakness. You know, like
he had a small man complex.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we all had insecurities about something.
Right.
So my Miami thing is like, what the hell are you looking at? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I also was a protector. So if we together,
Yes.
we going home. So if somebody acting like they're gonna do something to you, they gotta do something to me first.
We came together, we
leaving
leaving
together. So that was always the mentality. So a lot of stuff I used to get into because I had people would get confidence when they was with me because they felt safe. But in this particular situation, it was Coach Cole's nephew to be exact. You know what I mean? He's doing great out of St. Louis, man. Proud of him. One of the number one DJs in the world. You know what I mean? But he's a little dude, and it started from outside. Dudes, when they get in cliques, they get bold.
Mhm.
So they wanted to jump him. I wasn't going for that. So I blacked out, did what I had to do, what I normally do. And thanks for Coach Cole though, man. He protected me. He definitely is. You said one of the coaches is a coach's coach. I mean, a player's coach.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand what that means. Like people that go to bat for you, not for the dumb stuff that you do. You know what I mean? But the stuff that they know that you're capable of doing. But let me help you through this situation. Not just giving you a free pass. Like he's talked to me about everything, but also thank me for standing up when others wouldn't. You know what I mean? Because his nephew could have got killed. To be honest with you, we talking about 8 against 1.
Mm-hmm.
Turned 8 against 2. We won.
Okay. Wow.
That's wild. But yeah, but that what really just changed it when you went and
prison, man. Prison was the best thing that ever happened to me, man. I'm telling you, because that's when I started going to therapy.
Okay.
So I started going to therapy in prison. I was sitting in my cell, and they call it ghost calls. I would hear my phone vibrate because I don't have my phone on ring, so I would hear it vibrate. But I'm in prison, so I ain't had no damn phone. You understand? It would drive me crazy because I couldn't understand that I touched a lot of money, quote unquote. How I went from this situation to that situation, and then I had to realize it was me. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we had just got into a real big altercation with the Puerto Ricans from the other side. And anytime you have a race fight, they lock you down for like a week or two. And it was an older dude, and I always give him a shout out, my Kiri McCray pimp. He was like, man, bro, they gonna kill you, bro. You keep getting all these fights. And he threw me a book called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. And I call that the Bible because it taught me not how to just deal with my emotions, but also yours. Like, whatever you're going through ain't got shit to do with me. Like, you just hurt people. So once I fell in love with myself, I stopped looking to hurt people. You know what I mean? I just give people a hug. I let people talk to me. I want to hear people's stories because that's God. Like, the experience ain't my experience, but I can experience your life through you. Mm-hmm. And as long as I respect that and don't judge you for it, because all of us are perfectly imperfect and trying to figure it out.
Perfect and perfect.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But people tend to think that they got it all figured out. I don't have anything figured out. I'm just doing my best. I want to be 1% better like we teach these kids. So whatever I could do to make myself better for the next day, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? Rather if I need rest, take a nap, go swimming, go on a run, I'm going to do what's best for me so I could be the best version for me for you right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, definitely. I kind of have a saying like that each day, I wake up trying to make, do better than my best. So if I did my best today, tomorrow's going to even be better than that.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing.
Because you can't live for the tomorrow. I mean, for the next, the day.
You gotta enjoy every
Yesterday,
moment.
you can't live for yesterday.
Nah,
yeah, exactly what
yeah.
I'm trying to say.
But and also enjoy every moment of the day. Like this is
Yeah.
a special moment. You know
yes,
what I mean? We may not get this again. And that's just the reality of it. When you face reality of it, then you'll start taking things a lot more serious, for yourself more serious, because that's disrespectful to God to think that we have it all figured out. Like I can't walk out
Right.
there and pass out and die. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've had that happen when I was overweight. You know what I mean? Like I passed out, so went up, seen my body on the ground. I said, you know what? Only thing I wish I could do is tell my people that I'm okay. And I went right back down. My wife came, ex-wife rather, she came and she pulled up, and they was so out of whack, and she was angry because people were walking past my body. And I was like, nah, that was the moment that I needed. And I changed from that moment forward. I started changing my eating habits. I was 230 pounds. I ain't nothing but 5'10".
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I was a
would
little.
have never thought.
Yeah, so right now I weigh 165 pounds, 3% body fat. I just go on walks and runs, meditate, sit in the grass.
you a veggie.
It's not a lot.
You a veggie.
Okay.
But I eat more fruits than anything.
Yeah.
But I love mushrooms, so I eat mushrooms.
Okay.
So you don't eat no meat.
Mushroom.
Yeah,
No, I don't eat no meat.
So when you get hungry, you get grouchy.
No, I don't know. But that's
Because hungry.
He's alluding to someone who gets hangry.
Yeah. But you know why though? Because you like a lot of that food has parasites in it, so it's
Yes,
not
it
you.
does.
Yeah.
It's the parasites make you they angry because you ain't feeding them what they need.
Well, you got hungry on ESPN. This is what was it? Greedy.
Greedy.
Yeah, this hungry.
It's hungry.
That's fine.
That's a new radio name, hungry.
So I want to ask you.
Hey, man, gotta be careful. Like you said, so she hungry. You gotta be careful. She might eat that mic.
I am going to eat lunch immediately after this.
I know
so
that's
I
right.
am.
Yeah.
So what as a motivational speaker, and a mentor, what messages do you hope to leave with young people? Because there it's changing. The kid that we were and you were, and not the kids of today, and already the kids tomorrow with technology and stuff. So what message would you want to leave them that no matter what, it will transcend throughout any test and time?
Believe in yourself more so than you believe in things that's outside of you. Only thing that you control in this life is yourself. So if you really want something, then you got to commit to yourself. So if you say you're going to be a football player, a doctor, you got to be able to make those sacrifices to be those things. That means that a lot of things that you think you need people and all that, you need the right people. So you got to make sure that you set yourself up to be in the right position to be yourself. And if sometimes you tend to change, and that's okay as well. You don't owe anybody anything. As long as you're not hurting nobody, man, stay true to yourself, believe in yourself, trust in yourself. Get you some type of foundation, whatever your God may be. I'm not here to judge you, but just make sure you be a good person. Being a good person would take you farther in life than anything else in the world. You can figure it all out. I don't care what job you do in life, they're going to tell you to do it their way, but you got to figure that out. So make sure you figure you out first. Understand what makes you tick, what makes you love, what makes you want to get up, and then you do those things. And it shouldn't be people. It should be something that you love, not something that somebody else loves for you.
Yeah,
right.
Character plays a big role,
huge role.
Right.
And these parents too got to set. Sometimes they have to set the tone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's about actions though. Like most people want to be their friends, and it's not. And that's when you fall short at because you're not setting boundaries. Boundaries definitely
that's right.
To be set.
I said that post. I think I showed you that post. Lady was on Jennifer Hudson's show.
Oh yeah.
And she said, "Your kids are not your friends.
They're not."
And the lady was saying that the first time I had a drink, my son had a drink in front of me. He was 35 years old, but he was at a party, at a dinner, at a function.
Absolutely.
And I could just remember the first time I had a drink in front of my mom. And I'm still uncomfortable having a drink in front of her. And I will have a drink in front of her. Absolutely. But I had one time at a family function. We outside, my brother Roman, Roman don't care. I'm just uncomfortable. It's a respect thing. Yeah. My dad was living, so I'd be the same way. It's just a respect thing.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And then it goes to whatever's home, but you still have to just set boundaries. That's going. We have to give each other the experience. I think a lot of parents fluff. You give fluff, and that's where you lose kids at, because kids, you remember being a kid, you seen everything that was going on. You might not understand it,
right?
But you saw what was going on. So you could tell me don't do something, but I'm watching you do it. It's like the pot calling the kettle black.
You know
You
what?
understand what I'm telling you? That's not right. You have to have these real
conversation with them,
so they can understand the impact that's causing on their life.
But it was, guys. Let me tell y'all something. I had parents would tell me, "Man, he's smoking weed." I'd be on him. I said, "But you know why he's smoking? He saw you growing up smoking." I said, "Listen, as a kid growing up, everybody had somebody in their family smoke cigarettes. Everybody had friends, mom and dad smoke. So you know how they smell. So when you growing up, them kids gonna smell that smell. They gonna smell like how we smell smoke. Yeah. Next thing you know, they smell because.
Or imagine this though. I got something better. What if you don't teach them about none of this, and then they go ask another big person, "Well, why you smoke?" And that person give them a reason that they think that's their reason because you ain't talking to them in the way that they should be.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna trust another big person because they bigger than me, not because they smarter than me. Because I know kids smarter than a lot of adults. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to give them that experience and really talk. And that's one thing I love about my grandma. She ain't never had anything from me. She really told me about the world. You understand what I'm saying? I chose to lose myself when I lost her. Well, I thought I lost her, not understanding that she had already gave me the foundation that I needed to be successful. Now I'm using it now. And I'm thank God for that because some people don't get that opportunity.
And you had to go through those experiences, you know, and not saying you don't wish something, but you have to go through the experience. So it's not like, okay, well, I set up this foundation and I'm teaching these kids things and you have no idea.
No clue.
That's no respect. I think that's disrespectful to the kids. And you're talking about something that you have no idea.
And they'll see through it and now you'll break their hearts. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
and then what you really want.
Like, hold on, man. You told me this was gonna be this. This ain't that at all, man. You ain't really who you say you is because when I ask you or question you about some situations, guess what? It ain't real. And that's one thing that I love about me being me is being authentic with them. You know what I mean? With their parents as well. I don't buck no red. Like this is the less I done cussed in a long time. Because if I gotta put down on you, I'm gonna put down on you because it's out of love. I don't need your kid saying he up under my lineages and then finding ways to be terrible, and you allow him to be terrible. So I gotta hold you accountable as well. So it's take a village.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That village is, and that's the thing that's really missing. People don't want nobody talking to their kids, man, and that's what we missed it out. And I get the wrong.
Well, they're so naive too. And the main problem is it's too many young grandmas.
Who?
You got great grandmas,
right,
55 years old,
talk about it.
And that's the problem.
Great aunt. I feel you.
Yeah.
But again, just teach them. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell them, hey, you shouldn't be twerking in your room, but they come outside, you and your homegirl them twerking.
Right.
So
that happens.
They see and they do. Actions be louder than words.
You know what? It's how you. The thing is, you got to carry yourself right. We as black people, we was fashion. White folks always liked our swag.
Yeah, they steal it all the time.
Swag. So we was known for being fashion, making our own clothes and everything. And kids today, it's like we lost that. You know what I'm saying? We're not preparing these kids for job interviews. These kids are going there with their pants sagging, and the parents they not doing it.
Well, most of them don't want to work no job. They want to be influencers.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But
it's a trap.
I remember a guy came and spoke at TSU, and he had a picture of a kid. It was walking from behind. Had a picture of a man holding his son hand with a cap and gown, and another picture of a son and dad holding their hand with their pants sagging. It's like, which one you want to go? And it's like you hate to say you seeing it now. It's like it got to change.
Yeah.
And then they want to make it out of black and a white thing. No,
come on. Again, this is always a character thing. I'm a true believer of this though. Like I'm gonna be transparent as possible. Just be great at what you do, and they can give a damn what you are. And that's one thing I know. I'm on your show right now, and I'm on every show in every locker room and everything. And they because I tell everybody, you gotta let me be me, because you calling me for me because I have those kids' attention. When you go on Fanny _ now, when you go on now, you're gonna see kids, and you're gonna see the way that I talk to them and the way they embrace me because I am the big homie now. You understand what I'm saying? So I could teach them how to be the greatest version of themselves. Because when you got talent, people don't give a damn. They don't. They the ones that enhance it. You understand? Coaches talk worse than the kids.
Right. But I understand what you're saying. But at the same time, it's still another thing too, because it's a time and place for everything. Every young man needs to learn how to tie a tie and wear a tie for certain things. That's all I'm saying. And you could be yourself, but at the end of the day, it's how far you can be yourself. Because as a black man, you could be yourself for so far. Now, Lil Wayne, they ain't here about they entertainers.
Nah.
They can do all that.
I ain't even talking about the entertainers because I know lawyers, Like I know millionaires. Like I'm down. Like these are my friends, like
Right.
close friends.
We all do.
And one thing about them, like they're great at what they do. They're IT guys, and if you see them, they look like me, and you would think, oh, he ignorant or whatever. And that's our superpower. That's our superpower when people judge us for not understanding who we really are. You understand what I'm saying?
No. I got you on that.
But again, I respect your point. I'm not going against your point, but I also have a point. The point being, I can't preach that because I want somebody to be true to their culture. Ain't nobody finna tell me I gotta cut my hair. Ain't nobody finna tell me I gotta wear a suit. Ain't nobody, because me wearing none of that ain't got nothing to do with what I know is what's inside of here. Well, as long as I'm a respectful and I'm great at what I do, you ain't gonna care. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, I done walked inside all these corporate offices and they just want what I have. They want me for me and what I have that's inside of here that they don't have because they're not ground level. They up there talking about it. And they ain't never been on the ground. You understand me? Dr. Frost, the Georgia Tech, the head of a Georgia Tech was the person that gave me my mindset that I have. Because I went to Black Tech Week and it was the same old BS. You understand? Cards, meat hanging contests, pissing contests, and then a white man brought me in. He said, man, I know you're gonna make it. He said, because you made your way to me. He's this man charged $10,000 an hour for consultation. He gave me an hour and a half for free because I wanted to be in tech, and I'm in tech right now. You understand me? I'm here because of my tech company and being an NIL situation for my tech company. But I'm gonna tell you right now, my goal is to be the first Black gangster from the hood to be on Inc. magazine, and I'm gonna do that for my young brothers because I'm never speaking down on them because I know them kids. I know kids smarter than all of us right now that look way worse than me. You understand me? But as long as you got this, my son is a 4.5 GPA. He getting offers from Cornell, Brown, and all these schools. And man, listen to me. You'll grow out of it. You understand what I'm saying? But I want you to be a kid, and I want you to be a wonderful person at the end of the day. I don't give a damn.
But I understand that. But see, you're a grown man with that mentality.
Yeah.
As a kid, it's how you carry yourself.
That's
look, my thing is this. Yeah, they come in, let them be themselves. Come on and get comfortable. So let me show you something, young man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's grown men running around here on khakis. It's times you got to put on khakis.
With you.
It's grown men around here don't got no suits. It's times you got to put on the suit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So kids need to learn young men need to learn how to wear certain things and when to wear certain things and show them the proper stuff.
Yeah,
what to wear, when to wear, how to wear. That's the point I'm saying.
You also tell them why though, like because again, it's for whatever area or wherever they're at. You understand what I'm saying? Because most of our kids, man,
I ain't saying wear it because of corporate. Because like I said back in the day, if you go back and look at some pictures in 1942, kids outside playing, they wearing suits.
Yeah, they were.
We made our own thing, ties and everything.
That shit hot.
No, it's not out if you're in the cold New York streets and it's cold. You were man, so but what I'm saying is, but listen, what I'm saying. The point is, hot, cold, snow, whatever. That was our culture.
It's still our culture.
We didn't got away how we carried ourselves.
No.
Yes, we have.
No, because
we have.
The times change, man.
Times could change, but that never changed.
What? Like our kids are very fashionable.
No.
They brought bell bottoms back. Our kids brought bell bottoms back. So things revolve. Everything is recycled, man.
Yeah.
So somebody felt the same way about you when you was a kid.
Felt
like, oh, they ain't like the older person didn't like the way you dressed when you was a kid. An older person now don't like the way that you dress. But guess what? You can't care about what nobody think, bro. I could care less.
Oh no, we don't care about what nobody think. But I know one thing. They wouldn't let me walk out the house looking any kind of way.
But that's your foundation, though.
Exactly. Some people got a
foundation. So I can respect your foundation. But you're not gonna tell me what I should be wearing when I'm comfortable. I need to be comfortable.
No. What I'm saying is,
I know what you're saying.
Hold on, I'm talking about far as a kid working with kids.
Yeah.
At Madison, we had to wear town game days. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my point I'm saying is, when somebody over you, they're gonna tell you got to follow life. You got to follow rules. It's rules. And kids, they don't understand rules. Now I'm just talking about kids. I ain't talking about no grown man. I'm talking about kids.
But I'm talking about the kids.
Yeah. So and what I'm saying is, a kid could come through. That's where he come from, his culture, whatever he have his spin, because he used to seeing, and that's fine, because that's where he's from. But sometimes you got to change all that. Now, once they understand that, now if they go out to the club, they can do what the hell that's how they gonna dress. But it's a time and place for everything, and some things they gotta understand. They gotta do. That's all I'm saying.
I respect
that.
I'm saying. And I respect that. But I feel different.
That's right. Everybody got the
I feel different.
because I know where I come from. Oh, that was important.
Yes,
And even the business I'm in is important because at the coaching convention, a lot of people always tell me, "Man, I like you, man. I like your style." And one thing about me, I'm different.
And
So,
and then but you also around an older crowd. So
it makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Because you're around an older crowd, but these young people may not be around
older
that.
crowd. So
a lot of them are around older crowd. They trying to look young. Like, come on now.
What, you talking about older?
Oh yeah. Come on, man.
But listen though. But it's okay. But again, your style is your style. Like I'm not old. I'm 38, about to be 39, but I feel like I'm 60.
But I'm not old. 50 ain't old.
You the one saying old.
No, I'm saying older men acting that way.
They still ignorant. I got young men. So none of that matter. You them same old men you talking about got side women and everything else. I don't cheat. I ain't never cheated on my women. None of that. I respect my women. These same people you talking about, womanizers. These same are social killers, liars, manipulators, predators. So like, man, I don't care about them. I care about how you are as a person. I can give a damn what you got on. Them people who dress, them same people you talking about go to brothels. Them same people you talking about go out of the country to rape little girls. Them same people you talking about. Them same corporate people. Them politicians.
No. It's not corporate.
Whatever it don't matter. Yeah. Coaches, it don't matter.
Yeah,
again,
it's
I care more about what you have inside and the way that you treat another human than what you got on or how much money you have. Because every dollar ain't no good dollar. Because every person not a good person. I don't want to sell my soul to nobody. I refuse to do that. And I never teach a kid to sell their soul to nobody. If they don't have to like you. You don't have to like me or how I dress. But guess what? Somebody else will. And that's the message that I'm teaching. If people don't respect you for who you are and you're a good person, then keep it moving. Don't you? You don't owe nobody. You don't owe no company. Company don't. Well,
you got to be yourself.
Don't care nothing about you. They care about the dollar. They gonna bring it. NFL don't care nothing about you. They bring somebody in every Tuesday to replace you. And if you don't do your job well enough, then they'll kick your ass up out of there, man. And that's the meat of it all. If a kid don't go to class and he don't do what he's supposed to do, guess what? He can wear slacks and a hoodie every day. If he got straight A's, he's gonna be the valedictorian. But if he don't go to class, then he's not a good person. He can get up out of here. So it's about what you want.
Yeah, but it's just a time and place for everything. Time and place for hoodies, time and place for suits. That's all it is.
I mean,
that's all it is. Yeah, because you've had a Victorian. Ain't no way in the world a school gonna let you get up there and hospital. Someone's gonna buy you a suit. Not down here. Now I don't know in 305.
Not even that's in the 305.
No, here. You're not gonna make ain't no principal gonna let no kid make no speech. They can't
tell you what to wear, man. They cannot tell if you valedictorian based off of your grades.
Hey man, let me tell you something.
So if you don't want to put you can make them.
I feel what you're saying, but ain't no kid gonna be fighting with because what they wear to make their speech. So they're going to go with the flow.
But what I'm telling you is
they're going to go.
Why go with the flow, though, if I'm intelligent? My intelligence got to do with what I'm wearing.
Okay.
And then some people, so take and then we'll move
down here in Texas, and show me a person spoke at valedictorian.
Guess what? You know why? Texas is predominantly a white state.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it do. It's being ran.
No. So you making it, but you making it right now.
I am.
Hold on. You making a black and a white thing because we talking about
what my intelligence have to do with what I got on.
We understand that though.
You saying you understand?
No. But what I'm saying is special occasions, and they got nothing to do with you being white. Because first of all, hold on. We see we can't talk together. Here's my thing. Where I come from is a black community.
Right.
Where I come from, they were strict on that because of us. Okay. So at the end of the day, sometimes when we go certain places, we couldn't wear certain things. We had to wear. That's all I'm saying.
And I hear what you're saying.
So all that you said earlier, though, when you were saying about we be yourself, we already know be yourself and all that. But once again, I'm gonna tell you, it's a time and place
for you.
Yeah, for me.
Because that's how you.
In the way I feel, in the way I would tell kids.
I respect that,
and I respect what you're saying.
And I respect that
because kids in Bayou City Preps, they gonna own the suit.
I'm also going to allow them to, man, be a great person, be intelligent. I could give a damn what you got.
I understand.
You know why? Because some of the greatest fashion designers, man, they dress weird.
Well, we know all that. That's being grown. I'm talking about a kid.
It starts somewhere. That's where it starts.
Kids control the fashion.
As a kid.
Yeah, kids control the fashion. Kids control everything.
And sometimes,
right now, what we
sometimes depends where you come from. Because sometimes kids see people wearing them nice clothes, they want to wear it. That's what I was.
That's see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So be true to yourself. That's all I'm saying. So my parents, they grew up wearing hand-me-downs. I ain't want hand-me-downs. So I worked to go get what I wanted. You understand? Because my grandma couldn't provide it. So that's what I wanted. So
Right.
I did it. My grandma couldn't tell me what to wear. How she gonna tell me what to wear? I buy my own
That's what
clothes.
she think. Did you buy chick jeans?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah,
No, I
funny,
did. I wasn't
man.
old enough to. I couldn't buy my own
But chick
clothes.
jeans was nice on girls back then. It was
Yeah,
like the
what
apple
about
bottom.
Jordan?
What the
Jordan.
apple? What they call them? The apple
Apple
bottom.
bottom.
They was apple bottom.
Yeah.
See, you so-
Okay,
Hold on, you
guys.
remember the commercials, huh? This is chicks.
Yeah.
My name is Gloria.
You so funny.
That's how I love. You know, me and
Oh,
305.
Yeah,
Run
but
305.
it's good because you know.
That's love.
Love.
That's what
Oh,
that's
we
our
good.
definition of what
Right,
love is.
That's
right.
all love.
Make a
Nothing
point,
personal.
understand each other.
Respect.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go, you're gonna have like about 2 minutes. All right, so we do the truth tunnel
Let's go.
with
Oh,
Truesdale.
my boy.
Okay, so Truesdale, let's talk about Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears, and his nail tech.
Listen,
Mhm.
Caleb Williams, I think, gonna be a good quarterback. But Caleb Williams, please, he gonna change his nails for every game. Now we still talking about fashion and everything. Now.
But that's what they
But
doing.
he's
That's
doing
what he doing. So he said his mom is in the nails. So he's in the nails. So he's gonna paint his nails. He's something different. Because one thing about him, like you said earlier, because I'm like that too. You don't care about what nobody say. Caleb don't care.
Nope.
And I respect that. But he's gonna have his nails different every game.
That's dope.
I think he's gonna be a hell of a ball
I
player.
do too.
But please play good for me, man. Because I
So-
put my
so
money
they gonna
behind.
get on
Because they're gonna give you about
today.
Because and please do not cry on your mama arms like you did in that game against USC. That was so embarrassed. And come with the nails. Come on, man. You gotta come on. You gonna have.
Yeah, you got.
Because you know what? I would say this. If you're gonna wear them, look like a champ. The best rock, the hottest rock group back when I was
Come
kid
on
growing
now.
up was Kiss.
Come on.
And them jokers were old
Come
black
on.
nails.
Yeah.
But you wasn't paying no mind because they was
great at what
great
they
at what they
did.
did. So we do. We
Who
go back.
cares about what
If
you
you
wear?
say,
Is
yeah,
what
great
you're
at-
doing.
and that's
He
all
made
I'm
that
saying.
point.
Michael
That's the
Jackson.
point.
Michael Jackson will shiny everything to Eddie Murphy wore on his stand-up comedy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
when you
yeah.
are great at what you do, you set the tone.
But he still got to wear a uniform. Come out there and wear that intentionally too, right?
Who that? You talking about?
I can't wait
Oh,
for a
okay.
uniform put on. Yeah, so I mean, I'll be doing his thing though.
I do too, man. I hope all them young brothers that got drafted this year, man, excel and be great, man. But I think that's a great marketing strategy for his mom, though. You know what I mean? So it can be deeper than that. Like, hey, my mom do nails. Guess what? That's marketing for my mom. You understand what I'm saying? My mama do my nails.
And they can do team nails,
There you
right?
go.
Right. Who we talked about have a nail polish?
Dwayne Wade.
We talking about Dwayne Wade have a nail.
I'm
Keep
not
thinking
putting no nails on my daughters. No, I'm sorry.
about a nail polish line. So you know.
I mean, whatever gonna float his boat. I'm not in that house. I respect what that man got going on. I don't agree.
You know what?
I'm saying?
I understand that, and I'm like you. Whatever you gonna do, but don't put your business out there because it's America. Everybody gonna
They're
voice
going,
their opinion,
yeah,
and I don't give a damn what nobody say.
I'm
What
with
man
you.
from the hood want to change his son? That's a whole
that
other
was
story.
that's
go.
deep, boy. We
Yeah,
don't gonna get it
that's-
back.
I'm gonna get it.
Okay,
And knowing where you come from, you ain't never back to live in the city.
Nah,
Come on now.
Nah.
Where I come from, I ain't never back to
No.
All right. So guys, we are in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Yay! All right. And we would like to thank our special guest.
Thank you all, man.
Reverend 305.
Yeah, all the way from the bottom, man.
Yes, yes.
That was a hell of a ceremony, wasn't it, y'all?
Yeah.
Give us your information so
So,
everybody know how to,
Again,
you know.
my name is ARVIS LAWSON. You can contact my company 786-635-4130. Marketing, branding. You can go to Fan It Now. We have a CRM for athletes to teach them how to maneuver their NIL deals. We also have fanitsports.com to track your progression and also connect you with businesses to create opportunity. No matter if you're 5 on up, the parents can run the pages because we encourage all our parents to be involved in the kids' life and understand the process. So that's what you got. So that's fanitsports.com, Fanit Now, and on Instagram is Fanit, FANIT_now. That's Fanit_now.
And I'm happy to say, Bayou City Prep's teaming up with the group too. It's some filming we're going to put together.
Oh yeah, for
with
sure.
the high school kids, and
For
so
sure.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. We're gonna bring that South Florida flavor, because Texas. I love Texas. Like actually, we were just talking about my high school, Miami Central, get the Soto.
Yeah, well, we got that in the process
Like looking
too.
to just
Yeah, we looking to
bring
play
our
that game.
communities together, man.
Yeah, Nike looking to play that game in Ohio, so hopefully we get that deal done. Central and DeSoto and DeSoto gonna kick their ass. That's all I got to say.
Man,
Cause them boys don't want
rap,
none
we
of
clap, man. We don't rap, we clap, man. We put it on people.
They don't want that. They don't
IMG thought the
they don't want none of
same
that
thing, man.
There y'all coming to Texas, baby.
We are literally the best public school in the world.
Coach Sweeney, shout out the solo receiver coach.
Shout out to Coach Jude, man.
So hopefully the deal go through.
We're gonna make this.
We'll make sure we be able to video and Nicole be with us. And
definitely.
Yeah, and I'll be representing Texas all day.
And I'll be representing the bottom 305.
And I have a shirt on. Texas the best comes from Texas.
All right.
Don't you mess with Texas.
In the Tunnel sports fans, thank you for joining us for a wonderful episode.
Where we gonna eat at?
What we about to eat?
Well,
at?
yesterday Tuesday was Taco Tuesday.
Taco
I don't know. Well, I'll think about it. But it's gonna be
like,
something good.
Listen.
I eat the vegan spot. I'm going to the vegan spot.
Sunshine?
Nah, I ain't been to Sunshine.
I've
been to Bruce. What is it?
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
It's real nice.
Yeah,
They
the
food.
parking. But I said I'm gonna go one day.
It's real good. It's very, very
I'm
good.
gonna try that. The oyster mushrooms, they had
Very good.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Well, look, we got to hurry up because we need these mics for next week.
Okay.
I know you're going to eat the mics. If you
Anyway, whatever. So thank you, sports fans.
Eat.
Yes, I am a little bit hangry, but I want you right now to like, share, subscribe, and
go to the IG.
Yeah,
go to
sure.
the IG. Yes.
In the Tunnel Sports Podcast.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.